Tyler W. Don't know who you are. I don't think I know who you are, Tyler. I'm fine. Getting a little mad and fucked, but other than that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of Sack to the Future on the VinnyXWolf channel. If you're watching on the Terrors 89 channel, I'm sorry for intruding. Tonight, the showcase game between the New Orleans Saints, who didn't exist in '64, and the Minnesota Vikings, the highest rated team that was not human controlled for the NFL. Vikings come in at 5-0. Looks like a sunny day here at Metropolitan Stadium. Feedback up. Oh, she's taking me back there.
You want me to lower my stuff?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler. Yes. That does kind of sound familiar now. I'm doing all right, sir. How are you doing?
Tyler's a repeat viewer. Nice to have him back.
Super Bowl 3 remaster we were talking about. Was it Super Bowl 3 or Super Bowl 4 remaster?
I know Super Bowl 4 just did a... Dave Wolski just did a huge remaster on his channel about a month ago or so.
Well, I'm glad you did, even though it's been a fucking struggle. You're alright, Tyler, you're alright. I'm pissed off because a team that's ranked 54 in Madden ratings and mine ranked in the high 70s is just getting its ass handed to it repeatedly. Where I'm having to struggle to fucking win.
Starting at quarterback for the Saints will be Sean Gallegos, as Jesus Christ is out injured. Sean spelled C-H-O-N. Apparently some parents in the 40s didn't know how to spell Sean. Maybe it's Chon, I don't know.
You ready? 58, come on!
Maybe first and 10 for the Saints from the 26.
Let's go!
No, in 1964, they didn't exist. So what we do is basically make it a bunch of, fake names, or in this case, we started with fake names, and then we, let the expansion team get better.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
And well, Stonewall, I play Vinny Ball because I'm basically unable to run the ball, even though in this particular game I have run. But to finish up, we basically, if the team doesn't exist, we put in a bunch of fake names, give them really, really low ratings, and then play them. The very first week, we played the semi-pro teams, and there were 3 scores that were over 70 to 70 to 3, 70 to 6, and then I think there was a 60 to 20 score. So we decided to allow the semi-pro teams to pick up, retired guys that were better for 1964. So they are getting better than they were week 1, but they should still be easily beaten.
For instance, the Panthers quarterback is Val Kecken, who played in 1 game with the New York Jets. The Saints quarterback on my channel is Sean Gallegos, who played in the same 1 or 2 games. So they're retired players, but they're not Norm Van Brocklin or anything like that.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Saints are driving on the Vikings as the Gallegos completes a 2nd straight pass over the 50.
70 Indy.
No, actually, the Tennessee Titans do get the Houston Oilers, and even though there's the Houston Texans, I'm moving them so when we get to 1965 Madden, 1965 NFL season, the Houston Texans will be called the San Antonio Marshalls.
That way we
So that
will
way.
have two Houston teams.
Yeah,
Because even though
two Houston teams.
the Titans are still in Tennessee for the uniform purposes, we still, John M. runs them on his channel, and we still call them the Houston Oilers. Same with the Colts, who I run. I call them the Baltimore Colts, but can't move them to Baltimore. Can't even build an outdoor stadium in Indianapolis in this game, so I'm moving them to Brooklyn just to have an outdoor stadium. And we're moving the Ravens out of Baltimore, so there won't actually be no Baltimore teams in the league. If you look at what's on TV. If you can suspend your disbelief, they'll be the Baltimore Colts.
It's just amazing at that fucking blitz. I can't get that. Why can I not get that fucking blitz?
The last couple plays here in this game, Jim Marshall picked up a sack, and then the second sack was a team effort by the Vikings. It's 3rd and 20 for Gallagher for the Saints. Yeah, my original deal with was Easter eggs. Like Seattle had a bunch of Star Wars names. Carolina some TV names. The Saints were Saints and Sinners, but we decided to improve them. So now there's a mix. There's Easter eggs mixed with people who played in the league, but for whatever reason retired, whether they did it on purpose or by force. Well, there are 10 quote-unquote semi-pro teams right now. It is classic football with modern rules and league setup.
Let's go. 30 base.
The Saints are facing a 2nd and 7 as Gallagher
Yeah.
goes in the shotgun.
It does. It seems to work for us.
Bill Perkins takes the handoff for the Saints. It'll be 3rd and 2. And they give to Perkins. He's going to be met at the goal line, or at the goal line, at the line to make, and they're going to give him the first down. Bulls beat the Spurs by 1 point.
Look at that fucking catch that they just made. Heckin' is 10 of 14. Just unbelievable how good this fucking team is.
Are you a Houston Oilers fan, Tyler? The RPO pass from Gallegos is complete, but they're going to lose him 2 yards.
Hey, man. This is unreal. Carolina's second fumble where somebody on their team just happened to pick it up. I don't even fucking know what to do anymore.
Oh, shoot, I think the Vikings in purple and then the white is wrong.
Tyler grew up a Cowboys fan. He just likes the old unis.
Yeah. Well, the Tennessee Titans have the old Oiler uniforms. We can move them to Houston and change your name, but then you're stuck. You only get one set of uniforms. You don't have the classic 80s and 90s uniforms. So when we hit, I believe it's 78 inch. Oh, a broken tackle, and the Saints are in for the touchdown. 76 or 78, whenever they move, we will move them.
What a fucking catch. This is just unbelievable how good this fucking team is.
A broken tackle, and the Saints score on a touchdown. They take the early lead. No, the Vikings were purple at home some games. Actually, this one's changing.
That's how he found the Terror Channel, looking at old games.
Oh, okay. 1964, Week 5. Here's something interesting. Lions at Vikings. Not knowing the Vikings intended to wear white jerseys at home, the Lions brought only their white jerseys, forcing the first quarter to be played with both teams in white. Vikings changed in their purple jerseys before the play resumed for the second quarter. That is different. I never heard of that one before.
Tyler, yeah, actually, Madden does have some old uniforms. Depending on the team, the AFL, the teams do have AFL uniforms. So you can see the old New York Jets when they're called the New York Titans. You got the Kansas City Chiefs when they're the Dallas Texans.
Yep.
So yeah, there's they do, now they could be better, of course, but
there are some glaring issues. Like a lot of teams will have their home jerseys but not their roads, like the Falcons, the Bills, or two very glaring misses are the 80s Bengals and 90s Chargers are not in the game at all, which is ridiculous because both teams went to Super Bowls wearing those uniforms. And like for instance, all Sack to the Future seasons are saved in playlists for each year on my channel. And if you look back in 1960, the Jets we listed them as the Titans, we listed the Chiefs as the Texans, and they were in their uniforms. But the Bills and the Raiders weren't in accurate uniforms because and the Patriots because their 1960s uniforms weren't on the game. So we do the best we can. Even trying to follow the rules with who's wearing home and away. You know, whites and darks on the road and at home, which I just screwed up. I put the Vikings and darks when they're supposed to be wearing white at home.
Well, the AFL uniforms were put in 1994, so I don't know when Madden decided to put them in because obviously 94 would be
probably Madden 10.
Madden. He said Madden 10 as well.
Yeah, the 09 season is when they had the 50th anniversary, so that would make sense that they made the game then. It's a first down for Bill Brown and the Vikings as Tarkenton dumps it off to him on the draw. They're into New Orleans territory. And Brown takes the handoff and picks up a couple yards. The Saints defensive line. Look at Ron Neary, who signed a contract recently, coming out of retirement. Leatherface in the middle linebacker for the Saints. And Bobby Bethune, Carl Sharon. Carl Sharon, former Buffalo Bill, and Buffalo Bill. Playing in Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Brown takes another handoff. He's going to get up near the 41 before he stopped. No, actually, that was Tommy Mason. And we've reached the end of the first quarter in Minnesota with the Saints shocking the Vikings 7-0.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready? Let go.
Tarkenton throws a pass complete down to the 25. It is complete to number 85. That would be...
you need to go to the VinnyXWolf channel. That's the other game that's going on right now. Vinny space X space Wolf. And he's just doing a showcase. He's not actually playing either one. He's just showcasing the Minnesota Vikings. They're playing the semi-pro teams.
The Vikings and the Chargers this year are showcased, so all their games get shown, whether they're playing against humans or not. When they're playing against a computer, we watch the game.
Amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing.
Also, the other two channels are Phantom Fighter and John M. With a space between John and M. But you can catch all those channels are, all four channels are, or three other channels are highlighted on my channel. Tarkenton completes a pass down to inside the 10. It'll be first and goal.
Well, that's probably the last play of this game. Despite the Maddenism's best effort, the Rams will pull off a 24-17 victory. Kyle says, sweet, thanks, Vinny.
Tarkenton throws the end zone touchdown, Minnesota, and with that note, I have to run and grab a water for the wife to be right back.
Okay, now we've had the last play of the game. If you head over to the VinnyXWolf, you'll be able to see. Thanks, Tyler, for showing up again. It's always good to see you. Hopefully, next time you come by, I'll remember. Yeah, it was a challenge, but since Panthers are rated 58. Knocked my starting running back out of the game on the second play. Thank you, Stonewall. Like I said, head over to VinnyXWolf. He's got the Vikings in showcase against another semi-pro team. And then tomorrow night, I believe, will be the last game on this channel, as I will take the Oakland Raiders against the human-controlled Boston Patriots at roughly about this same time tomorrow night. So, come on back, y'all. Bye.
Okay, I'm back from my errand of running water, and the Vikings have tied it up. Sean Gallegos comes back. Hi, Stonewall. Sean Gallegos comes back out on the field to try and lead the Saints back down. Here's a handoff to Perkins.
Down. 60 or 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Go.
And another give to Perkins. He's up through for a couple more yards.
Get it. Let's go. 10 Lobo. Boom. Big hit.
Gallegos goes back in the shotgun. Let me open up a spreadsheet now, so I'm not watching the Rams game, so that I can talk about some of these retired players on the Saints if I need to. I'm not just guessing.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Rams get a good win. I don't know if it's a good win, depending on the owner's opinion, but
Still looking forward to another one of those 40-3 blowouts that you guys seem to have when you play with semi-pro teams.
I don't seem to ever have them.
Well, for you, a 24-3 blowout is a 40-3 blowout.
John Gallegos completes the pass for the first down, and Gallegos played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, I'm sorry, the Oakland Raiders in 1962. He played in 6 games, was
Ready.
he had 298 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So 2 years later, he gets picked up by the Saints. And his pass is complete out in the flat. He is a perfect 6 for 6 if I'm reading that correct. That pass is complete to Bill Perkins, the other star of the Saints offense. And a high jump pass, and it is complete. Gallegos now 7 of 7. And that is the 3rd reception for number 88. And they're not giving me his name. I hate that they don't. This year, not all profiles are letting me steal them. Some profiles do and some don't. Smith. Not a good pass by Smith. Hugh Smith. Hugh Smith.
That's not
also
a common name at all.
Yeah, also played in only 1962. Come on, enter.
15, Ronnie. 15,
Enter. My laptop is a piece of shit. I will take PayPal donations to help buy me a laptop if anybody's interested. Hugh Smith played for the Washington Redskins in 1962. Got into 2 games. Carl Eller making the last tackle. And Gallegos throws his first incompletion of the day as it's knocked away. Gallegos back to pass on 3rd and 8. The blitz is on, and he's going to get sacked. And Rip Hawkins busts through and picks up the sack. That's his 3rd tackle of the day. And he is going to celebrate by giving fellatio to his partner by the looks of it. That's not a good sign. That's not a good look in the 60s, but it was pretty low.
You know, to each their own.
The animations in Madden sometimes cause problems. And we got a low snap, and the punt is blocked. It's blocked. It's picked up by the punter. And he is going to get crushed. And the Vikings, all of a sudden, have things going their way, as Hillary Clinton was the punter, and she was just disabled. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, Hillary Clinton couldn't get the ball off her foot. She didn't put in the work and could not, and is now blaming everybody else for her fault, for her failure. Meanwhile, Lee Callan got the block. Actually, Hillary Clinton's the highest rated Saint. So, again, when we started this, there were saints and sinners, and depending on your political views, you can decide what she was.
Oh, you know you loved Hillary. She was a saint in your eyes.
Absolutely. Anyway, it is 2nd down and 8 as Tarkenton hands it off to Bill Brown. Bill Brown goes to the outside. He cannot get by the defender. He is brought down for a A gain of 1, or loss of 1, sorry, the second hit, now 39, and that was Fields on the tackle. Fields had the end covered there. Tyler, welcome to the broadcast. It is 3rd down and 9 as Tarkenton backs into the shotgun. He is looking, he throws, dumps it over the middle, and it's caught, but it will not be a first down. Yes, all politicians are sinners. I have to agree with you there. And the original Miami Dolphins name base was all 45 presidents, but they have since cut a bunch of them. Even George Washington. And the long field goal from Fred Cox is up, and it is good, and the Vikings have taken a 10-0 lead off the strength of a 52-yard field goal. And as a Buffalo Bill fan, I would be remiss if I did not mention today is the 29th anniversary of one of the hardest games to watch, but yet greatest days of my life. It was Buffalo's first Super Bowl, and they lost to the New York Giants. Going into that game, I was 11. I had such anticipation for a great game and a Buffalo Bills victory, right up until the ball went off Scott Norwood's foot. 29 years ago today. And Sean Gallegos comes back out. Bill Perkins has 9 carries for 20 yards so far in this game.
That was a good game.
It was. I have to admit that. So on 1st and 10 from the 28, Gallegos is in the shotgun. I like that name. That's what Sean Gallegos. He should have been a star. Dumps the pass off, and it will be incomplete. No. I'm not. I wasn't at the game. No. I was 11. I was sitting in my bedroom watching the game over a rabbit ear antenna. One night, ABC came in clear up in the Adirondacks, and I got to see the whole game. That's one of 2 times in my life I've cried over a football game. The other 2, I was actually on the field. Pass is up, and it's, high pass. The receiver goes up in the air, and he's knocked silly and knocked away. No, the first football game I actually attended was on November 20th, 1994, so 4 years later, when the Bills played the Packers from Orchard Park. Well, I've never been to a Super Bowl, probably never will unless I win the lottery or go viral with this YouTube stuff, which I doubt. So I can content hosting a Super Bowl party every year. The punt for the Saints for Quentin. This time it goes into the end zone.
Come on now, let's go.
And Grant Tarkenton will come back out. Bill Brown, 95 carries for the season, 411 yards, just 3 touchdowns. As he's taken over the reins from Tommy Mason this year as the leading rusher. Tommy Mason's still on the team, though. Has a couple gainers in this game himself. Gainers? Couple yards. Couple carries. And this time the handoff is to Brown, and he is going to get hit in the backfield and drop for a loss of 2. Knifing in to make the tackle is Leatherface. You don't want to mess with him in a dark alley. Or a dark wood in Texas.
Set. 10 Lobo.
2nd down and 12.
We gotta get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Brandon Tarkenton in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. He throws it, dumps it over to Brown on screen pass, but the Saints are just all over it. The Saints defense that was full of sinners is just crushing the Purple People Eaters on this drive.
30 base. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
But Bill Brown has 4 receptions in the game. Big part of the game plan. Brown's going to get the carry on 3rd and 13, and he is not going to go anywhere. It'll be 4th down and on to punt. Bobby Walden. Bobby Walden, the rookie, on the punt. Low snap, almost blocked. He took the time getting it off, but gets off a high punt. A fair catch is called for, and New Orleans will take over at their own 37.
Let's go.
Hey, your Cardinals play who this week?
Seattle. Tyler says if he ever wins the lottery, he'll bring us all to Super Bowl, and we definitely appreciate that, Tyler.
That would be awesome.
60 mark. Hey, they're scared.
Well, that means next week in Week 7, the winner of that game will be in sole possession in first place, assuming that the Cardinals beat the Seahawks. It's Cardinals at the Rams on Sunday Night Football in Week 7. And as it stands, assuming you beat the Seahawks, it'll be the 4-2 Cardinals at the 4-2 Rams.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. We have so much fun when we play each other.
Oh, yes.
One of us always ends up pissed off. And it's the handoff to Perkins. Let's take a look at Bill Perkins, because I'm not familiar with him. I know Don Perkins. Bill Perkins played in just 1963 for the New York Jets.
Oh, it's awesome. Is the news that's flashing right now when I'm looking at the standings and the schedule? Over and over it says, Colts beat the Browns.
Huh. Oh, that was okay.
He scores. The Browns secondary couldn't keep up with Colts offense as Unitas started, and the Colts win, scoring 3 touchdown passes. Frank Reich, our guys just found a way to win.
Yeah, that would be Don Shula, not Frank Reich.
Colts will not rename team, keeping same logos and uniforms.
Yep. Because there's so many Colts in Brooklyn, you know.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Brooklyn Colts.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before. It depends on whose theory you believe. If you fall or side with the NFL, yes, the Cardinals had Charlie Johnson. In fact, I got off on a tangent to tell this. Charlie Johnson is the starter for the Cardinals in 63, 62, 63, 64, and I won the Super Bowl with Charlie Johnson in 63. Had to move the Colts because I wanted an outdoor stadium. I don't want to be playing with Mackey and Unitas and Burt Jones and all these guys. And it's halftime, by the way, 10-7 Vikings, inside the RCA Dome. But I could not build an outdoor. I was going to leave them in Indianapolis, but the game would not let me build an outdoor stadium as the RCA Dome is too new. Can't move to Baltimore for some reason, even though we're moving the Ravens out of there. So there is a school of thought that believes the current Indianapolis Colts are descended from the Dayton Triangles. And during a period in the 30s and 40s, the Triangles moved to the franchise that was the Triangles was sold back to the NFL and then reallocated to Brooklyn, to an ownership team in Brooklyn as the Brooklyn Dodgers. That team then folded, but the franchise slot was sold, and the players went with it. And this is the key why I say they're the same team, because the players always went with the franchise. Whether they say that the Dodgers ended and the Boston Yanks began, the players went from one city to the next. When they went to Dallas to be the Dallas Texans in 52, Art Donovan was a part of that Dallas Texans team, and the following year they were the Baltimore Colts. So the NFL can say all they want that they're all separate franchises, but in my opinion, it's one continuous line from Dayton Triangles from 1913 all the way up until today's Jacoby Brissett-led Indianapolis Colts. So I'm putting them in Brooklyn because it's the only city I can go to that they actually played in. Meanwhile, Tarkenton completes the pass to Tony Mason as we get the third quarter started. Actually, it's 28 now. I think that's Tony Mason. 28 is Tom Hall. This time, Bill Brown takes the handoff, and the Vikings offense has been struggling. Other than the one drive where they had the touchdown, they haven't really done anything. The field goal came off the block punt. Yeah, so we each control 4 teams. The 4 teams I run are the Bills, the Cardinals for now, the Packers, and the Colts. Oh, we have an injury. Jerry Reichow is holding his calf. I will be the Cardinals until 66 when I'll take over the Falcons. And there's a lot more franchise moves in the future, but I'm not going to get into all that because I don't want to confuse you. Phantom Fighters, the Bears, the Broncos, the Boston Patriots until 66, and then he'll become the Miami Dolphins, and the 49ers. Tears, the other channel you watched earlier, he is the Cowboys, of course that's his team, the Browns, the Rams, and the Raiders. And then John M., the last one, who is a big Giants fan, so he's the Giants, he's the Oilers, the Steelers, and the Lions. And he'll be the Lions until 67 when he'll take over the New Orleans Saints.
Then all sorts of things happen in the 70s if we get
that. Yeah, and in the 80s. And the 90s gets real confusing for times. It seems like every year Brian and I are, I don't know who that is, Terrors and I are flip-flopping teams. Yeah, I've turned the announcers off on all my channels. Plus, as you're watching this tonight, you're watching a showcase game. What I've done is, because I have extra, all my evenings are free as my wife goes to bed early and the kids go to bed early, and I work a 7 to 3 job. I run 6 teams. I control 4, and then each season I take 2 teams that are the highest finishing teams that we're not controlling. So this year it's the Vikings and the Chargers. And so all their games will be on TV. So you're actually getting 18 teams a season out of 22. So there's only 4 teams, the Jets, the Chiefs, the Chiefs. I'm drawing a blank on this. The Redskins, the Jets, the Chiefs, the Redskins, and why can't I think of the 4th team that's not controlled? They're not, that you won't see all, guarantee, the Eagles. Yeah, the freaking Eagles. You won't see all their games. So now Gallagher's to throw. He throws it out in the flat. Oh, knocked away. What a good play there by the Minnesota defender. As the pass was intended for Bill Perkins, but it was a high pass, and Rip Hawkins was able to jump up and knock the ball away. It'll be 4th down and 6, and Hillary will come back on the punt.
Very soon, I'll be getting a team to watch. I'll be doing the worst team that's not being a human control.
Which is the Jets this year, right?
I believe so, yes.
Tyler says, and you'll agree with him on this one, who wants to see Eagles games anyway?
I can't agree more with that statement. Who wants to see the Philadelphia fucking Eagles anymore?
We did have, for a while there, a fan that would watch a lot of our games was a huge Eagle fan, but...
hopefully he got insulted by me calling them the fucking Eagles, and then he stopped watching it.
Ryan Shertrump, haven't seen him in a while. And of course Stonewall, through most games, he's also a Cowboys fan, so right now I'm surrounded by y'all.
Well, maybe you'll just embrace the righteousness. And
Never.
now that we have a new coach, we can, maybe expect more than 8-8 every year.
Well, one can only hope. Bill Brown takes a huge handoff, gets the 1st down on a big hole.
Huge handoff as opposed to a small handoff?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm an amateur. 1st and 10 now for Tarkenton as he's under center. He's back to pass. There's a play action fake. He stands in the pocket, throws it out into the flat. But Bill Brown was standing out of bounds when he caught the ball, so that's not part of the rule. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. At the 31. Man in motion. And he's going to get man in motion. He's going to get the ball. He cuts up field, starts. Paul Flatley. He's going to pick up no yards. 1 carry for no gain. 3rd down and 10. Maybe if he had kept running hard, he might have gotten something. So on 3rd down, Tarkenton in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. Throws over the middle, underneath, but he's going to get the 1st down to Bill Brown. Are you down with Brown? It's a 1st down. What can Brown do for you? He can pick up the 1st down. Any other Brown punts I can pick up?
Let's go, D. Let's go. Slam.
Even though it's only 10-7, it really feels like Minnesota is on their way to 6-0. Brown takes the handoff.
Unfortunate, but we'll do what we have to do.
Yep. Fields on the tackle there. Well, see, Tyler, now 27 and 28 were 2 of the hardest Super Bowls. Not necessarily. I'm also, my favorite 2 teams are the Bills and Falcons, so I can easily say I've witnessed the 2 hardest Super Bowl losses any man can ever witness in 25 and 51. But personally, for me, 27 and 28 sucked because Stonewall, I don't know if he's still here watching, or if he went to bed, and he's my brother, and I shared a room, and as a huge Cowboy fan, he let me know it. And I didn't have any peace those 2 years. Tarkenton gets hit, and he's sacked by Leatherface. Once again, Leatherface bringing his talents or crimes to New Orleans. Gets the sack, and it's 4th down. Graham Tarkenton's a hide heap. I do not want to collect, so I don't know. That punt is down at the 13.
Let's go.
So, can the Saints make a comeback? With 1:17 to go in the third, they trail 10-7.
On the double. 60 Mike, 60 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot, watch the boot. Sit.
Pass is complete over the middle. We're going to get up over the 20. Gallagher's now 10-15 after starting 7 for 7. It'll be a second down and 2. And Perkins picks up the first down.
Come on, fellas.
Yeah, there was good times having a brother, especially him being an older brother. That I had something to shoot for, somebody to compete against. Perkins picks up a couple more yards. That is the end of the third quarter. Oh, so poor Tyler didn't. He was born in '97. He says so. He has never seen the Cowboys win.
Oh, wow. I have been alive for every one of the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowls. I was born 2 days after Super Bowl V. I guess so that means I wasn't alive for everyone.
Technically, it depends on what side of the political spectrum you fall on.
That's true.
You're living or not.
I guess since I was 2 days before, I would have a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. That's a real play. The receiver catches the ball and then throws it behind him, and it goes as an incompletion. Charlie Britt makes the tackle, or makes the breakup, I guess. It was an odd-looking play. Yeah, he just catches it, and he gets hit, then jumps up into the air and throws the ball behind him.
Obviously I don't remember Super Bowl I as I was, I think, almost a year or a little bit, a day or two short of a year.
You mean 6?
Super Bowl VI, yes. The first one they won. Don't remember 10. I do remember 12 because I was 6. And Dad took me to a preseason game that year in Colorado and Cowboys won. But the first one I still have.
He says Quincy Carter was the quarterback when he became a Cowboys fan. And he says he has no idea why he didn't just be a Cardinal fan since he lives in Arizona. Well, yeah. Quincy Carter, now, here's an interesting connection there. Quincy Carter, as bad as he was a Georgia Bulldog, and that's my favorite college team. So I wanted him to succeed, but then he went to Dallas, so it was hard for me to root for him.
Those Cowboys teams when you would have been about 5 and 6 were just, well, when you were 6, they were actually, the good news is since he was born in '97, he missed the really horrible years. He missed the Dave Campbell years.
Yeah.
He missed the Dave Campbell years. The 5-11, the 5-11, the 5-11.
This is Georgia's SC team. Go Bulldogs.
Oh, God.
No Colorado Buffalo speaking.
Hey, I almost went to that school when the year that they won the national championship. Well, no, actually the year before they won.
Yeah, I'm Georgia Bulldog is my favorite team in all sports, even though they're not that good in basketball, but they're still a team. Notre Dame I follow, and in football Boise, and basketball Duke, and in hockey Clarkson. Although Georgia didn't have a hockey team, so.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Hey, I got a lot of respect for Arizona State, especially because I was a huge Jake Plummer fan, and that's where I actually found out about Plummer was when he was with the Sun Devils, which would have been before you were born, '96.
Ready. 60 or.
And third down and 14 now as Tarkenton is back to pass, and we're in the fourth quarter. Brown is hit as he catches the ball and he's tackled. And it was a pickup of 1 yard, and the Vikings will have to punt. So Bobby Walden will come on to punt.
What?
Here we go.
No yards on the return. It's first and 10 from the 24. With 4:44 to go in the game, the Vikings' undefeated streak is on the line here.
Set, ready, and Lobo. Watch the slant.
Goes throws, it's tipped up into the air and incomplete. Almost intercepted. That would have been disastrous for the Saints had that occurred. The Viking defender was unable to secure it. Now Gallagher's looking, he's got time, he's going to get hit as he throws. It is caught, but immediately ripped down by his free arm. Third down and 5.
60 mark, 60 mark, 60 mark. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Let go.
Gallagher's looking to throw. So I take it then, Tyler, you're into classic football. You definitely know some names and stuff. I mean, Plummer and Tillman were before your time. If you like classic football, you might want to take a search on Facebook for NFL Games Libraries.
Well, I think I'm going to have to depart this lively conversation. I hope the Saints come back and beat the Vikings.
No, they just punted. It's down at the 4.
Okay.
3.
All right, I will talk to you soon. I assume tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Have a good night.
All right, good night, Tyler, wherever you are.
Somewhere in Arizona. Okay, Brown takes the handoff. Brown's up over the 10. He's going to be close to the first down before he's taken down. It'll be second down and 1. They're going to give him 9 on that carry. Tarkenton is up under center as the Vikings are trying to play a little bitty ball on the clock. Brown takes the handoff. He's got the first down. Secures the first down, and this should be able to take us down to the 2-minute warning. They will have to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning. Headless Horseman made that time. Oh my goodness, Brown is just absolutely, and now Brown's hurt. Brown is just absolutely lit up in the backfield by Paul Lindquist, and Brown is hurt. Okay, Tyler, have a good night, and good luck bowling. Now, Brown is on the bench, so it might not be too, maybe just a concussion. But that means Tommy Mason's in the game, and he's a good, steady replacement for the Vikings. Receives their leading rusher in 63. The blitz is on. It's picked up by Mason, and a completion to Paul Flatley, and that's going to be a first down. And we've reached the 2-minute warning, and now we got an injury to Bobby Bethune, the secondary for the Saints. So all of a sudden, the game's getting real physical as we near the stretch run here. So, first down and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
At the 34. Darkington gives it to Mason. Mason making moves, and he is up over the line of game. And first down, the Saints call timeout.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
I don't expect the Vikings to throw the ball again. The Saints are down with 2 timeouts. Oh, it's his backward pass, and he's just running around in the backfield because EA Sports has got those RPOs completely fucked up this year. Just running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. Norm Beal makes the tackle. It's second down and 13. This time, Tommy Mason takes the handoff, and that will be the Saints' last timeout. So, let's see the time. We have third down 11 with a minute 42. If Minnesota can pick up the first down, the game will be over. They're going to run, however. Tommy Mason takes the handoff. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards. The clock will run under a minute probably before the ball is snapped. And Leatherface makes another tackle. Fourth and 8. The ball is snapped around 102. Almost blocked again, but they do manage to get the punt off. And it's going to be called for a fair catch at the 11. That was real close to getting blocked. As Norm Beal calls for the fair catch. So, with 57 seconds and no timeouts, 89 yards away, Sean Gallegos goes into the shotgun. Or Chon. I'm not sure if it's Chon or Sean. Gallegos back to pass. He throws out into the flat. And Scott is going to get out of bounds at the 14 to pick up a 3. Dean Winchester. We're looking at Dean Winchester. Of course, he's a supernatural kicker.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Hugh Smith on that reception. That's his 4th reception. Second down and 8. It's Gallegos goes back to pass. He's going to throw a deep ball. Bell A deep ball, and it's incomplete. Overthrown. Third down. 49 seconds to go. Gallagher taking the throw. So it's intercepted. Intercepted at the 20. Intercepted by Roy Winston, and that will seal the game. Galagos went over the middle, and Roy Winston read it like a children's book. He turned the pages real quickly, intercepted him, and brought it back to the 15 before going down. So Sean Galagos, in his Saints debut, puts up a valiant effort. Started out 7 for 7, but then sort of fell off, and his last pass was going to be the one that cost the Saints the game. The Vikings will get to 6-0 as Fran Tarkenton, the Georgia Bulldog, the old Bulldog himself, is going to take the knee and move the Saints, who are in sole possession of first place in the NFL Northern Division. They will have to snap the ball one more time. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. The Minnesota Vikings advance to 6-0, defeating the New Orleans Saints. They have 2 victories over human-controlled teams. Their defense, once again, holding the team under 10 points. They have 3 shutouts on the season, including me and the Cardinals. And this time it was an opening drive that got the Vikings, I think it was the first drive. I'm not sure. Maybe the second drive. But anyway, Minnesota was able to come back, get the win. A Fred Cox field goal is the difference. A long field goal in the second quarter, and Fran Tarkenton celebrating with the fans at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Once again, your final score, Minnesota 10, New Orleans 7. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned tomorrow on the Sack of the Future channel as I will be bringing to you this St. Louis Cardinals and the semi-pro Seattle Seahawks. Until then, I'm Vinny Vincent.